All right, my beautiful followers, good morning and welcome to today's class. Today we are going to continue with part of this automatic changeover switch. And what we're going to do today is we're going to install a switch that will be like a selector switch for the mode of operation of this system. And this system is going to be operating in two different modes, the automatic mode and the manual mode. So right now we're going to install a selector switch that will select any of these modes that we want to operate the generator at. All right, so, but before then, let us do a little recap of what we have on this system. Now, as I said before, this is an automatic changeover switch, and how it works is that we have three different sources of power: solar, mains, which is the utility, and then the generator coming from this one. And these are the power indicators for the three phases. As I told you, normally we use red, yellow, and blue, but we do not have blue, so I'm using this green to represent blue. And then we have these timers here. What these timers do is just to create delay when Genset is up and running, so that the power does not go to the load immediately. The same thing with mains, and then the same thing with solar. So solar remains our priority source of power. What that means is that when solar is available and active, none of these ones is allowed to work. After solar, the next one on the priority list is mains. So generator cannot work when mains is available. All right, so the generator can only work when these two sources of power fail and are not available to operate. And to demonstrate that, let us start with solar. If we energize this solar, it delays for some seconds and it connects. And now we have the three phases on our load. So what that means is that when this solar is on, this one cannot work and this one cannot work. So that even if we put the switches on to send these signals to these two sources of power, like this simulates that mains is available and genset is available. All right. So you see that these two will not work. So the only time they will work is when this one is off. So if we shut this one down, if this one goes down, this one can work. This one also can work. But this one can only work when this one is not working. So let us switch off solar. So now we power up mains. Let us give it some seconds to delay, and then it switches on. So when it comes up that way, we have our load here. This one cannot work, even if we put it on. Cannot work, even if we put it on. It's just going to be idle. But in the process, while this one is running, if solar comes back up, immediately solar comes back up, it cuts off power from mains. And then it delays for some seconds and it connects power back to the load from the solar. So let us activate this solar again and see how it behaves. You see, it has disconnected this one immediately and it is waiting. This one will make, and then we have power on our load. All right, so I'm going to shut down this one again. Let me shut it down. Immediately you shut it down, this one continues. All right, but let us assume this one is off. If it is off, and then this one is available, genset is available, we'll put it on. And then it delays for some time, and then it powers the load. All right, so now that this genset is on, if mains is restored, for example, let us restore the mains and see what happens. So this is the mains. You see, it has disconnected this one immediately, and then it's going to delay for some seconds, and then it's going to energize this one, and then we still have power here. All right, so let us activate solar and see. Exactly the same thing. It has disconnected this one, no power on the load, delays for some seconds, and energizes this one, and then we have power on our load. All right, and then for our generator to start on automatic mode, we have a connection here which we made during our last class. So where these two wires go is to the controller of your generator set. On that controller, as I told you before, you have two terminals which are labeled generator start or AMF terminals. So these two wires go straight to those terminals. All right. Now, what that does is that when solar fails and mains fails, the system is designed to short these two wires. That this is a short circuit internally. What that means is that the two terminals on that controller on the generator is supposed to short. So this system shorts it, and we can confirm that by using our continuity tester to check what happens there. We connect this one permanently here. We're going to leave this one here connected. And then this one, we are going to connect it again like this, and then we leave it like this connected. All right. So if this solar fails and this one is not active, we're going to have a continuous beep on this multimeter. And that continuous beep means that these two wires for this AMF, I'm talking of these two wires that are connected to the probes of this meter. What we're going to see when this one fails and this one fails is that there's going to be a beep, meaning that there is a continuity here, meaning this wire has short somewhere internally. So let us deactivate this one. All right. Sorry. Let me make sure this connection is tight enough. All right. I wouldn't want this to delay us. So I'm just going to be careful with this. I will leave it down here. All right. So I'm going to simulate that solar has failed by switching off this source here. Okay, it is not going to beep. Why it is not going to beep here is because mains is still on. If you look at this one is depressed. Mains is still available. All right, it's still available. Let us switch off this generator. It doesn't supposed to be on at this time. All right, let us just switch it off, because the signal that's supposed to start it is going to come from these two wires. So if mains fails by switching off this one, now you are going to hear that beep, meaning that this wire has been short at that side. And that short here sends a signal to the controller on the generator to start the generator set. So when the generator set starts, power is going to come here. Remember, there's not going to be power here until generator set starts. All right, now there is no power. And then let the generator supply its own power. And then after some time, it's going to make. And then we're going to have power from the generator to our load. All right. It will continue to beep like this. This sign or this sound is going to continue until power is restored here or power is restored here. If power is restored on any of this, it's going to cut off this. And once this circuit opens, that is a signal going to the generator for the generator to stop. So let us activate mains, or this one. Let us activate solar. Now, it has disconnected power from the genset, and then it has connected to the load, and it has sent signal to stop the generator. So let us put this one off again. As it is still beeping, let us restore mains and see what happens. Now it has disconnected power from the generator. The generator is cooling down right now, and then it connects and it has sent the signal to stop the generator. Now, how do we now install our manual and automatic selector switch? We're going to be making use of this rotary switch, as small as it is. So we're going to be using it. So what you are going to do, or we are going to do, is simply come here, grab one of these wires, this one or this one, any of them, just cut it, open it, strip it. Sorry, this thing has gone out again, so I'm going to just put it back on. Strip this one, keep it here, and strip this one again, and leave it here. So pick up your screwdriver, pick up your rotary switch, and then slack out this button here, turn it around, and then slack out this one again, and then get this wire, insert it here, and then tighten it up. And you tighten it up, then you pick up the other one like this, insert it here, and then tighten it up. Okay, so I'm going to keep this in here. Let it just be here temporarily. All right, so let us run a quick test. Okay, so what we have here right now, as I said before, is a rotary switch which is going to serve as automatic and manual mode of operation for the generator set. Okay, so right now, for the fact that we are not hearing any beep from our multimeter, what that means is that the generator is on manual mode. And for us to put it in automatic, we're going to turn this switch. And when we turn this switch, it creates a short which sends the signal to the generator controller to start the generator. So when we turn this to this side, we're going to have this continuous beep on the multimeter, which means that the signal or the start signal has been sent to the controller of our generator to start the generator. Please, I need you to know the difference. There is a difference between the signal that starts the generator and the power that comes from the generator. All right, so with this continuous beep, it means that the generator is in automatic mode, is going to start by itself. And for us to put it on manual mode, we're going to open this place, so we don't need to short this cable anymore, and that signal to start the generator is not going to go there. So if you have any question on this particular system, please do not hesitate to ask in the comment section or send me a private message. Of course, continue to follow me for more tips on power. Thank you very much.